So when fist falls and breath steadies will remain as true. This has been Warriors at Night with your host Justin. And I got my guy Dimitri Seminaco.
How's it going, Justin?
It's
What's
going
going
great,
on?
man. Nice to see you. I'm happy that you finally came out. Tell me something about you, man. Seminaco sound like a Russian name.
Yeah, I was born and raised in Far East Russia
Okay.
until I was like 8 years old. Did a lot of traveling. Went to South Korea, went to Japan, stayed in Russia. Kind of had that on repeat for a little bit. Only reason I came out to the U.S., my mom met an Air Force guy,
Mm.
and we came, and he basically got her a flight back to Russia or back to America. They got married. It was all love. Had a great relationship, and now I'm steady off in the U.S.
So you decided to venture off to another country with your mother.
Single mom on a
Yeah.
plane with her kid, going across the world trying to make a life.
I understand you as a kid, but that made you the man you are today. It's not too many kids that actually have that love for their mother nowadays. You got kids talking crazy and, doing what they do.
I would never talk crazy about my
I
mother. Yeah,
got
some
you.
people don't. Some people don't respect elders. You have to respect your elders.
Exactly. And that's the number one rule, having a humble heart with integrity. But as a young man, you had that and you was willing to go off to another country with your mother. Man, I got that for that.
Yeah, me and my mom, we've been through the
That's
ringer
what's up.
together. We went through absolutely everything. She built me who I am today, and I'm here to respect her for that.
Much
To,
respect.
to the death. Some
Uh,
people, I know, I see a lot of American culture. A lot of people don't respect their mom. I don't know what they're doing.
yeah.
In Russia, they beat the hell out you if you
Yeah.
don't respect
Yeah.
them.
I heard y'all culture is a lot different from how we live down here.
Especially grandmas, man. You don't mess with the grandmas, the babushkas out there.
The babuskas.
The babushkas,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, I like that.
That's what they call them.
That's what they call them. All right. So, am I saying your last name correct, right?
Yeah, Simonenko.
Semenenko. So, Semenenko. So, in Russia, y'all art and y'all philosophy of movement from the Soviet Union style. I've done a lot of research on it, man. The way how y'all do y'all combos, the way how y'all set up to interact through the transaction, what you see from the individual based off their strike. Tell me a little something about that.
I love the way Russian fighting moves. The way that they move in kickboxing and boxing, Russian boxing specifically. It's a lot of flowing off the feet. It's more about keeping your hands loose and moving your feet and doing a pendulum step. And you basically just coming in and out of a pendulum step, playing with the range of your opponent,
Okay.
trying to determine if I can do a double step forward, double step back, single step forward, double step back, and then just keep playing with him. He's not going to know where you're going to be stepping to. You move off to the side, 2 steps in, 1 step back. 1 step back, 2 steps in. And you coming in and you hitting them with the step in and you coming back with one on the step out. So there's always a reaction for every single footwork movement when you're on the inside.
So,
I really enjoy Russian boxing.
is it like
Especially,
two-dimensional, or could it be like stepping to the side to where you get to that third dimension? Because you pendulum forward and back.
I see them as way better on a two-dimensional scale. If you can implement a third dimensional,
Mm-hmm.
just like a really good fighter with the same name as me, Dimitri, the way he moves around the ring, he adds that third dimensional element. And his pendulum step is phenomenal. It's literally seen as one of the best pendulum steps in the world in terms of Russian boxing. He's pretty much the face for that. So when it comes to it, I watch Dimitri Bivol's pendulum step and I try to imitate. All you
Okay.
can do is try to imitate,
So y'all in and out of range is crazy.
just bouncing in and out the whole time. I mean, the footwork is phenomenal. I mean, they're doing footwork drills nonstop, lots of jump rope. They're doing it to the point of where your feet are like rocks and you just bouncing around on them. Light as
Okay.
a feather, feet like rocks, just bouncing around. You know how it is when you jump rope for
Yeah,
about
that's
9
what make
minutes.
y'all body so hard.
It's literally like
The Soviet Union Russian
solidify,
style.
solidify.
Yeah, even y'all boxing is something else too, man. So that pendulum stuff, that is something that a lot of fighters definitely should incorporate within their style, I would say.
Oh, for sure.
However, it's just
There's
the
so many different
fitness of
styles.
it. Yeah, it's so many. It is. And I even noticed you got this shirt on, man. What was that? Where that shirt from?
I just came back from Thailand actually. I've been gone for 3 months. This is from one of the boxing gyms out there.
Man, you went to Thailand.
This is actually, wait, what is this? This this is a bank Baton Boxing Stadium.
Baton, you was at the Baton Boxing Stadium training?
Man, about 20,000 pro fighters go through that stadium every single year, and you have the opportunity to watch every single one of those fighters every single night of the week.
How
on a
long?
fight card with like 20 fighters, kid fighters,
Okay.
women fighters, like big, blocky, heavyweight women, look like men
Yeah.
fighting in there,
Fighting in it. Just
throwing,
muscles just throwing,
just
doing everything.
throwing with everything they got.
How long was you out there?
3 months.
3 months.
It honestly felt like
Thai boxing for 3 months.
it went by so fast because the only days I really had to myself were the days of recovery.
Exactly. But
Every
you
other
so
day,
you
every other
in
day
there.
of the week was nonstop grinding. Was waking up at 6 in the morning. I had a place right next to the gym. All I had to do was walk downstairs, take a left, walk 1 minute, and I was at my gym every single day.
So you got your Airbnb right next door to where you
Right
supposed
next
to
door to
be.
the gym, literally like right above it. I could watch people hitting pads from my window.
Man, that's a great experience. I hear about the Thai boxing stadium out there in Thailand all the time, and here you are who have went. So are you self-taught, or was that your first time interacting with that style? Or
First time coming into Muay Thai, yeah. I was working on Western boxing religiously when I was over here in the West. But going into Thailand, you're gonna go there and you're gonna realize every other martial art they're doing there, it's really good to have the fundamentals and to do it like there just because it's there. But
Mhm.
if you're going to Thailand, you want to learn Muay Thai.
I got you.
Why else would you be going to Thailand
I
except
mean,
learning from the roots of Muay Thai? That is what they specialize in.
the
I'm
roots.
I'm not gonna say anything about their jujitsu or wrestling programs because a lot of those guys are some of the most phenomenal fighters that I've ever met in terms of that with the people that I was around.
Hmm.
But when it comes down to it, if you go into Thailand, you better be ready to put the shin guards on and put the helmet on and get in there and spar every single day.
I like that introduction. You got me want to go right now.
I'm telling you,
And it's crazy.
we got to get out there.
We most definitely. But
I
you
know
talking
you're on
about
the
the group.
same type of time that I'm on
Oh, you
when it
already know
comes to
it, man.
fighting.
I'm gonna salute you to that. You already know it
We going hard. We just trying to better ourselves every day.
through enlightenment. But you say root, so that gets me to my topic: roots of a warrior. So
Okay.
what's their philosophy on being, a warrior? Like where do their roots reside? Like where is it from? Like, can you kind of go in depth with that?
If After I was traveling to different parts of Thailand, I could tell you that different parts and different gyms in different areas have different styles. I
Mm,
couldn't go and tell you what the names of them are just off the top of my head because
yeah.
they're hard to pronounce. But there's about 6 different styles that I got to work with while I was over there and seeing different older coaches working on like different types of styles. And it's like when they're coming in, it's like different ways of holding the hands up. Some hold it like right here up high,
Mm-hmm.
some hold it a little bit in like this.
Mm-hmm.
And then some people are doing a variation of this while using both of their feet to bob in and to kind of keep their center line strong. And then there's kind of closed grip where you're using just your front foot
Mm.
mostly, rather than like doing a pendulum on both. And that you can incorporate different ways to give your strikes out by being in different forms and different stances more efficiently than others. So I see how combining it all could just make you an ultimate Muay Thai fighter. If you just traveled all around, go to North Thailand, go South Thailand, hit Phuket, go to Chiang Mai, learn from the coaches
Man,
up
you've been
there,
all out there.
go to Pattaya. Yeah, I loved it.
And they all teach us a different way of doing the Thai boxing.
And especially when you're doing one-on-ones for different coaches at different gyms, all of them are going to start you off and try to teach you in their style. And but you got to remember at the end of the day, you are your own person and you're incorporating this all into yourself. So
Mhm.
be able to flow. Be able to flow from here. When you up here, you can press somebody down harder. You press them down, they don't want to come at this. When you come here, it's a little bit more strategic, a little bit more on the inside. Kind of reminds me more of Western boxing. But
Exactly.
but on a strong, solidified core, standing straight up and pressing somebody down.
So you got different places that teaches different top boxing styles. You also have different stances based off the different places that you go to learn that movement. And then you just talked
Absolutely.
about flow. So the flow is off the form, obviously. So form versus flow. Tell me a little bit something about one of the styles where you did have a moment where you flew through the whole thing like simultaneously without you even having to remember its form.
I really developed myself through Western boxing first. So for me to keep my hands a little bit more on the inside
Hmm.
in this kind of position, it benefits me a lot better. I can just
I got
flow
you.
more because that's where I started with.
I got you.
When I'm up here, it's way better for pressing somebody down, you coming in from the sides rather than from like a center line.
I
So
got you.
here it's better for center line because you're already close. But here you're already on the outside, so you can come in with hooks on the outside way easier when you pressing somebody up in that type of style. I need to look up the name and get back to you on that.
Yeah, no, it's totally fine, man. I just like the fact that you actually had the opportunity not to only go out there, but to actually learn 5, 6 different Thai boxing styles that got different forms. You know,
Coaches that have been fighting their
coaches that
whole
been
life.
fighting their whole life. You got pro fighters coming out there to come and interact and teach us, y'all.
Blisters on their shins, fighting every single week. Some of these fighters, they're doing styles and then they're going the next day and they're fighting in the stadium and just they get a different opponent and they got to switch it up a little bit. You can tell that they have to switch it up
Most
because
definitely.
they've already been through it. They already went through the ringer with their styles and learning from everyone else. So sometimes that you see them switch in the way that they maneuvering around the ring.
Most
And
definitely.
so it's interesting that they decide to teach that style to you, but the next day when they're fighting at 9 p.m. at Bangla Stadium, they switching up their own style of what they taught you originally. And you can tell that just based off the opponent that they're going against,
It's
why they're doing that.
it's because that's who they truly are. That's the truth within themselves. A lot of times, as a martial
Fighter will pull
artist,
that'll
yeah,
pull it. Being in a fighting scene, it'll pull that true self out of you.
exactly. Because that's at the end of the day, it's truth that you do fine. You can go through many different styles, but you're also gonna have to help it manage based off who you are as a person. You got heavy people, you got light people, you got tall people, short people. You know, somebody tall got to keep their range, and somebody short need to get into range.
Absolutely. I want to keep everybody as far away from me as physically
I
possible
mean, you
at
come in
all
here
times.
6'2", Dana bending down from the door,
Yeah,
walking
bro.
in. But
Man, big people fall harder. We got more windows. So for me, I got to close them up.
exactly.
That's why I like this style a little bit. Kind of close my windows on my body, kind of tighten everything in.
I like that. I like that. So the mind behind the movement, like how you was explaining, like why you like to be close in. You also just explained that based off your Western style that you have learned before you came from Russia, like that's more comfortable and beneficial for you. So,
Because I'm working center line with
so you
with
work.
Russian boxing.
Hmm.
And then I like working center line with Muay Thai as well.
Exactly.
I'm a really good pressure fighter
Okay, so that's the mind behind the movement. The applying pressure.
because I'm trying to get in that head instantaneously
Exactly.
and then push.
Exactly. I got you, brother. What about the purpose, like the anatomy of whatever muscle or whatever ligament you're moving on your body? Like for instance, like your leg or your hand, your fist. Like,
You know, for me, when I'm throwing a punch and I'm trying to be on the inside,
mm-hmm,
I like to drive it off of my body. I
drive.
like to drive it like I want to use everything on this side of my body to push my arm forward to be able to connect.
So hip, throwing your hip
Like
into it,
head,
elbow,
straight shoulder, like it
straight.
feels like my lats activated.
Yeah,
I'm turning my foot. I'm doing everything I possibly can to do the most amount of damage in the shortest period of time.
mm,
Some people may be throwing, but not doing it absolutely perfect every time. Form is everything.
I got you. So you looking to end your opponent right then and there, not play with them, not 1, 2, 3, but just a.
Yeah, I'm trying to end that fight within the first round
I got you.
every time.
Is
You know,
that
that's the goal every single time. I like to conserve my energy. I already know myself. I can drop my hands mid ring and then play distance to give myself just enough energy to keep going through the rounds. I don't need the rounds. I just want to end it fast.
I got you. All right, welcome back. Here we are again, Justin, your host, with Dimitri.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we just finished off talking about the anatomy of the body. What about defense is the greatest offense? How you feel about that? You ever heard of being a defensive fighter?
Yeah, Floyd Mayweather's probably the perfect example of that.
Perfect example. I was waiting for you to say that.
Man, the way he rolls that Philly,
Mm-hmm.
the way he moves, yeah, I really I like that style.
Yeah,
It's really good for fighters that are shorter to
exactly.
be in that Philly shell and to be moving like that.
Exactly.
Because you can get yourself off the center line and just move, and you already are perfectly defended. For me, a Philly shell ain't really the best play because I leave a lot of my body open in a Philly shell unless I'm getting low.
I got you.
So I'd have to stay low on a Philly shell. But you know, defense is the best offense.
Exactly.
if you doing 2 offensive moves, you have to do 2 defensive moves.
Mm-hmm.
I know that seems like a lot of movement, but when it comes down to it, you're fighting for your life in that ring.
Exactly.
The things I've seen in that ring and what's happened to certain fighters, how they're not the same anymore, I don't want that to happen to me.
Exactly.
So if I gotta move like a crazy person and do 3 offensive moves into 2 defensive moves and then back up, reset, and then do it a whole different way, I'm gonna do that, even though it requires me to do the most amount of work.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to get hit.
No.
You're going to get hit, but you don't want to. You're not
Exactly.
gonna freely give that out. So if I gotta move like Floyd Mayweather on the inside, then get up out of there, I'm gonna do it.
Exactly. Got to be shifty with that pivot step that you had taught me in the beginning that you
Yeah.
mentioned, and also like the Philly.
That helps break down fighters. That Russian style breaks people down, makes them question what you're gonna do. If you're moving forward, they can get hit. If you're moving backwards, they can get hit.
Exactly.
So the only thing they can do is start moving side to side. So if you master that third dimension, you've completely untailored their game for them.
Exactly. Just like being patient.
Exactly.
You got to be a patient fighter. A lot of people want to rush and want to get everything off that they can. One, it's not good for your win, and two, you leaving yourself open.
I would love an
Missing your
opportunity for
counters.
somebody to do that for me.
Yeah.
You know, being in Thailand, being around a whole bunch of like fighting philosophers, they're fighting proper.
Exactly.
They're holding every second that you give them to breathe, they're gonna take that. And if you're not pressing on them, they're gonna drop their hands and just walk around on you and just collect their breath.
Exactly.
And then boom, now they're back up. So you just gave him like 3 seconds to breathe. He knows he's in a better position than you, so he just letting you like stay winded while he's getting them good breaths in. And now he's back with 110%, and you're lacking because you went absolutely 100% in the first round, just throwing off like absolutely everything, not putting no technique into it. You're gonna lose in the long run. If you go in the long game, if you don't get it off within that first round, if you come in like that, if that's your style, and it's not a good style, it's not even really a style. It's more like just you letting anxiety take over you in the ring. You're not reading things properly. So you just going in there, you just throwing.
Exactly.
You're just hoping to get a reaction, but you're not really thinking about the reactions to every action. And that's why if you do defensive moves right after you do offensive moves, you kind of pretty much giving yourself a 50-50 shot to stay in the clear after you throw off on them strikes.
That's why a lot of times boxers, they keep their shoulder to their chin when
Oh
they're
yeah.
striking. So after they strike, they're somewhat guarded.
What's an example of that?
So if I'm swinging, and kung fu or karate, they're punching straight.
Right.
But with a boxer, obviously you got, whatever southpaw or orthodox, whatever leg is up.
Yeah.
If they're punching their jab, they're punching it from their elbow. But let's say I need to turn it.
Yeah.
I already got my chin.
Yeah. This whole side is
Chin.
defended now.
Exactly.
You can clear that off. Now you should be worrying about this because
Now you worry about this. You feel me? But that's why.
This is the cause, and this is the reaction.
Exactly. So it's just based on like the perception of the individual when they're coming and how you're gonna come to counter. Because if you're a defensive fighter, that makes you a better counter.
You gotta be completely instilled in that defensive. I've seen a few injuries when I was in Thailand. One that struck me the hardest was one of my coaches at Bang Tao. Name's Pure. Amazing Muay Thai coach. If you ever go to Bang Tao Muay Thai in Phuket, Thailand,
In Phuket.
go to Pure at Bang Tao Muay Thai. He's the one. If you know Matt Haggerty,
What about him?
he held pads for him
Okay.
back in his early days. So
Okay.
when Matt Haggerty was coming up, he was holding pads for him.
Okay.
Matt Haggerty's one of my favorite fighters. He presses on the inside with the same kind of style that I have. So I watch a lot of his movements,
So you with these
and
pro
I'm sitting there
fighters.
studying him a little
You
bit.
actually was with pro fighters training out there.
I was with Volkanovski.
Okay.
Uh, what's this other cat's name? Ashton Bisbane. Nah, different. I don't know his name. But John Jones.
Mm.
He was the one that really, really sparked it up for me. He's a very controversial figure right now.
Mhm.
You know,
He sure
he's
is.
a lot of people are saying that he dodged Aspinall, but I'm saying that he already collected absolutely every single type of accolade you could collect as a
You
fighter
gotta give the
working.
credit when it's due.
You know, you gotta give it to him. He got all them rings, all them championships, all them belts
Okay.
from him being a teen to now. I mean, he can retire. Let him retire. But this man was out there in a seminar with hundreds of people at Bangtao showing us how to do a spinning back kick.
That's nice. One of his best moves.
One of his best moves. He sat down somebody with that in one
Yeah.
of his fights.
He sure did.
I don't remember the name of the other fighter. I was watching John Jones, but that spinning back kick sat him down. It was a done fight after that. He was showing me a lot of pointers on that.
That's nice. You able to train with John Jones. You know how many people dream to train with John Jones, but
Like they would wake up, they would pray to drink to train with John
you
Jones.
actually had that experience. Man, that's nice,
I
man.
got to shake his hand,
Right
got to
there,
take a
Tyler.
picture with him. It was a good
Okay.
time. Good man, good man. Good
So,
fighter, for
so
sure.
the philosophy of the motion, like you mentioned, John Jones showing you how to do a spinning back kick.
Yeah.
Did he kind of break down that philosophy of that motion or how it should actually be struck out?
Oh, 100%. So a lot of people when they're doing a spinning back kick, they like to take it off of the sides.
Mm,
They like to come a little bit off the side and send it back.
yeah.
That actually takes a little bit more time. So with John Jones, he sets the preparation up off the start. He already gets his lead foot turned to a position where he can rotate his hips. He looks behind and he sends the kick straight back, like a donkey kick style,
Mm.
like straight from underneath you, straight back, instead of coming to the side and
He's
back.
cutting off that angle.
He's cutting off that angle, and it doesn't give you as much time to react. If it's coming straight down center line, the only thing they can do is move out of the way.
Exactly.
Because if it's coming from the side, they can catch it. If it's coming straight down the middle in a straight line, they're not going to be able to catch that. The only opportunity they have is to just move
I see
and,
it.
and just let that spinning back kick go and then play off that.
It helps with your timing and also with your accuracy because all you got to do is turn your head and based off that head where it is looking, you just shoot your foot straight back.
Yeah, you
'Cause
don't
it's right
even
there.
you don't even want to turn your head that much. You turn your head enough to just see peripherals and you send that donkey kick straight back to where you see the connection.
Almost like an elbow coming straight to the back.
Literally just directly back.
That's great. Hey,
A lot of people in different martial arts, they like to switch up the back kick, but I think John Jones got that in the bag. I think it's the most efficient way to do a spinning back kick. Just
So-
off of repeating it over and over again after that seminar, I found out the flaws that I was doing.
So like,
And
like
I
you
made
just
my
talked about,
adjustment.
yeah, that's switch the kick, like how you switch kick before you land your straight.
Absolutely.
Is that something that you see as modern or like people just they're doing that now or do you know that that has happened over time?
Oh, it's for sure happened over time.
Okay.
That switch kick, it's all about explosiveness. Because there's a lot of movement that involves in a switch kick.
Exactly.
You're kind of moving your whole lower half to be able to do this. But if you explode off that switch kick, it's going to look like like the speed of a back kick is the same speed as a front kick. You just got to be a little bit more explosive off the switch kicks because they can time you. Because if you switch, they're already getting ready for a switch kick. So you got to switch so fast, but already have your foot positioning off the back foot in the perfect place to be able to full send that switch kick. And then just be back to
Back
bobbing,
to the bobbing.
back to bobbing into it. Just
Yeah.
reading your opponent. Because if you stay moving, it's harder to
It's
read.
harder to read.
It's
Rather
harder
than
to
you being
read.
stationary. And that's based off y'all philosophy of movement within y'all style, the way how y'all go through motion, because that is Thai boxing. When you're looking at somebody who does karate or taekwondo, they're either shifting or they're studying.
Right.
You know, so not saying that y'all not patient because it's very patient. You know, you're doing your movement, you're bobbing, and you're waiting to see how you can.
And you want to stay real loose. You don't want to be tense. It's not about like bobbing and being like, I'm the hardest one.
Yeah,
Like, it's more like you bobbing, your hands are loose. You're just staying in a flow in a constant state of I'm in this fight and I'm doing what I need to do.
exactly.
Rather than like getting so caught up in the anxiety of the fight, trying to be the hardest one.
Exactly.
Fool.
Because it's your fight, it's not their fight.
Yeah, it's no one else's fight. The people in the ring watching, they don't matter. It's your fight. How you're gonna get through that situation.
Exactly.
You're gonna get through your fight. You want to conserve all your energy. Muay Thai's good. You just hold your elbows out, stay loose, and just rock with it. And just let your arms let your body do the force push, and let your power come from that. Don't let it be. Don't be an arm puncher. Use your body. And in Muay Thai, they incorporate that really well.
I like that. I like that. So is it Muy Blanc?
Muay Baran.
Muy Baran. Mubaran Thai boxing
And with
style.
Muay Thai boxing, that's probably the most that's the most traditional Muay Thai that you can do, and that's the one that Phuket specializes in the most. You can go to Tiger, you can go to Simbi Muay Thai, you can go to Bang Tao. You can pretty much go to any fight street gym, and they're all going to be practicing Muay Baran.
So that is the traditional Thai boxing compared to the MMA, how it has all these different branches that they expanded off on.
Oh, MMA is a whole different ball game. There's so many different styles of so many different arts that you can incorporate. It's MMA is a whole different game when it comes to fighting.
I got you.
But I love the fact that in Muay Thai, you can just focus on like those six
Mm-hmm.
and just master those and just be a master craftsman of your own Muay Thai.
Pretty you say master craftsman.
Yeah, master craftsman of your own Muay Thai.
Exactly. What about the recovery? What are some things that they had y'all do to kind of help with your joints, ligaments from getting hit all day? Like how do y'all
Man,
maintain a stable body for that next training session?
when you talk about recovery, it just gives me hype because those are my favorite days. So they got ice baths sitting right outside the gym. So after you train, they already got them all set up for you. They
Mhm.
got ones for like the public, and then they got ones that you can privately like rent.
Mhm.
But like the public ones, everyone's just going in there and just putting their wrists and their feet in that water and just resting it in there just to keep training for like another hour and a half. They go there and they'll sit there for like 15 minutes with their wrists in the water, and then they'll go back and then they'll rewrap their hands and just keep fighting.
Is that water cold?
Ice cold, like big chunks of ice in there. You can barely get your hand in there.
Oh yeah, not you. That's something I ain't about to.
Man, I actually hate the cold water unless I train hard that day. Then I
Yeah.
love it, especially in that Thailand weather. It's just ridiculously hot.
Is it? Oh, so it kind of helps soothing the body when you do get it. If
Yeah.
that's the case, then yeah, it wouldn't be that bad. But just hopping in cold water, oh no,
Oh yeah, first thing in the morning, I couldn't do that. I don't want that ridiculous amount of dopamine rush first thing in the morning every single day because I feel like you could get addicted to it.
yeah, it's good for your cognitive development. It's like taking a cold shower.
Right.
It helps with actually your testosterone level, increases it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's exactly why they have you all sit and kind of get the soothing in the water, the cold sensation, so your joints and ligaments can be lubricated and at a rested state. So when they are getting back to the range of motion and be able to move,
Mm.
it's not strenuous towards it. It actually had time to rehabilitate. Re-
Rehabilitate itself.
Rehabilitate, exactly. So what I can say,
That cold water does do a lot of rehabilitation.
no, it does. It definitely does, and it's great for your body, but it's good for your cognitive development.
Let me tell you, the best combination for me for the recovery was that ice cold water and that Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb.
Tiger Bomb. It's for
Similar to
all the,
icy hot, right? But just way more effective.
man, let me tell you, it's like icy hot, but times 5. It feels like when you put a lot on your body, you can feel it down to your bones. That's how strong it is.
Yeah, that's
I
good.
don't know what they're putting in it, but it makes me feel pretty damn good after a long training session. Put a little bit on your muscle here, like, oh, I got a little pain here. I was in a clinch. This dude pulled my back. All right, let me put a little Tiger Bomb on it. And then you put another Tiger Bomb patch before you go to sleep. Let the Tiger Bomb just soothe in there for like 8 hours over the course of the night. You wake up feeling like you just loose, ready to go.
Yeah,
Back
exactly.
to it.
So that's good. That's some great ways that you can help the body recover from a hard, strenuous training session.
Mm.
What about the enlightenment and the honoring for another when it comes to art? Because a lot of people go into combat as a beast or I'm already better than you. I can defeat you. Yes, you got that in your mind. Yes, you want to make sure you're pumped up. You
know,
want to make sure you're ready.
We all have that dog in us.
Yeah,
But you got to control that.
exactly. Exactly. Because when you control what's in you, you're able to control what's around. And
100%.
that's what fighters need to have a sense of understanding. A lot of people go through media, go through all the, different recordings and shows and get all the messages through Instagram on when they're coming up for their next fight. If you can block all that out and just have a stable mind and just focus, being narrow minded of what you're about to do, that actually also builds more integrity within yourself because you're not letting an outside environment affect who you are and what it truly means to be a martial artist. And that is to be spiritual through enlightenment and not trained to just go into an octagon and be a beast.
Man, That's a very, very smooth way to put it. And a lot of people, they come in with that beast mentality and they just rock with it. Some people have no respect to anyone around them. A lot of people just like get in the ring and they're sparring, they're hard sparring. They think they're hot, they think they're beasts, they're just tatted up, bald head tatted up, like gang tattoos and just throwing, right?
Exactly.
So they don't even want to learn. They're not even respecting their coaches. They're not putting in the time that I'm putting in. So as the weeks and months were progressing and I see the same person there all the time, seeing me evolve way past him because I'm giving the respect to all my coaches and that's radiating to the other coaches and everybody's pretty much, I would sign up for a PT and I'd have 3 other coaches coming in and pitching in for free to let me work with them as well as my coach, and they're giving pointers and they're trying to get me to do different combinations. One will hold up the pads and then I'll move on. I'll do pads with this coach and this coach at the same time. I'm basically getting 2 coaches, 3 coaches for like $25 an hour.
And
You can't get that in America. 3 coaches holding pads for you.
you know,
You
that's
gonna
showing a lot of
pay.
love and compassion for the art. Like you working with one, then you immediately transition to another. He already got his sets and the numbers that he's about to call out and what he wants you to do.
Because he already saw you training with the other coach, so it just radiates off of everyone. Because they're so experienced with those pads, and they'll get you right. They'll get you moving faster than you can move, and they're with the pads.
Okay, so see, that explains your mother did a great job.
You know, that respect thing, I would say that came from the baseline and transitioned fully through my martial arts career. Me going to Thailand, that definitely radiated on all the coaches. I was showing love, absolute respect to everybody. And at that point, I was going from gym to gym to gym, and they didn't want me to leave. They're like, "You haven't been here in like 3 days." I'm like, "Oh, I went to Chalong. I stayed on Fight Street." And they were like, "Okay, just let me know whenever you can do another PT when you get back." But it was kind of sad because I was talking to one coach and he was like, "Come, I want you to fight for the gym with me." And then we were talking to the head coach at Bangtao. He was saying, "Oh, I want you to fight for the gym for me." I'm
When you
like,
get the bell and
yeah, I'm like, okay. I'm like, okay. But then I leave without telling them because I'm so on the move. I'm trying to go to so many different places, right? And I'm communicating with so many different people. I just got lost in that. Go to a different gym, train over there. And they're telling me the same thing after like 4 or 5 days. It starts radiating to the other people. Like my presence was in there.
hmm
And then they wanted me to fight for their gym. And then I'm like, boom, peace. And then I'm going to the next gym
and doing the same
and doing the same thing. So at the end, I just got a whole bunch of coaches that are just waiting for me to come back now. And I'm waiting for my time to get myself back out there and just keep on the journey.
because they see the truth of the warrior that's within you, and you're doing it for enlightenment rather than going to be a beast.
It's all about a personal enlightenment. I'm not there to be a beast. Bigger, there's bigger fish than me, man.
Exactly.
There are a lot of bigger beasts that could probably take my head off, but I need to keep honing myself and just keep doing what I'm doing. I know I'm doing the right thing and just keep that respect, dignity, humbleness high. Because I know what I can do,
Yes,
but I
sir.
just keep it cool.
You cool people,
That's
man.
how you got to do
Yeah,
it.
that's how you do it. That's how you do it. A lot of people don't have that philosophy when it comes to being a martial artist, but when you have that engraved and set, it creates a more humble side to where you're fighting without fighting, meaning you're reactive, meaning you're not letting nothing interact elsewhere within your mind other than you philosophizing on your way of movement. And that's what
Right.
makes you great. That's why they calling you back, man. How about you show
Can't
me one
wait
of
to
the
go back.
moves? How about you show me one of the moves they had showed you?
Yeah, bro. Let me show you a little something.